Politics as usual has to continue.
Jail as usual. There we go. What's up, y'all? Y'all are watching Politics as usual. I am your host, Jonathan Hollis. With me, these blades of grass, that's Sean Connor, and you are watching Politics as usual here on ProtestParty.tv. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We are going to discuss a lot today. Today is a lot. There's been a lot of crazy going on in the world right now, chronically, but also in the past like 48 hours. You know, you never know what might happen in America. Like a plane engine might land in your front yard. You know, I mean, like on the other side of the world, you know, they're out here poisoning people, like it's a Disney movie, and they're like a princess or some shit. Barcelona is pulling a United States, and they're having a big protest because a rapper got arrested for something he said in a song. Can you believe that, Sean? Like they're really doing the YNW Melly thing, like over in Barcelona.
Yeah, that is crazy, and I just want to let everybody know, watching Politics as usual, that I'm coming to you live in this episode from the inside the belly of the beast. I had to go and see what our fellow brothers and sisters on the inside were thinking about our the state of our country. So I'm doing some intel work. That's
Oh.
why my surroundings look a little bit different. If you hear some crazy noises going on in the background, don't worry. The guards will handle that, and I'll try to mute it to minimize the distractions of the show.
There we go. There, hey, you heard it
But
here
it, but
first.
but it, but in but in Barcelona, I can't believe that, like, it's because, man, they haven't been able to play their soccer, so all that aggression is so built up that they can't
Yeah.
fucking they get. It's like, you know what, if we can't, go ole and sing the song, then we gotta we gotta do something else and to get that aggression out.
Yo, straight up, and get this. This is the reason for the protest. So, like, you know, usually it's kind of crazy, like the parallel experiences. But what's going on in Spain is that right now they're having these huge protests in the street, all these riots, like people throwing shit through stores, people robbing stores. They probably have like a Spanish version of all the videos we have. Like there's probably like a Spanish version of like the wheelchair lady with the knife getting shot with the fire extinguisher. Like they definitely got that. But all of this
Exactly.
is because there was a rapper, and this rapper's name is I'm trying to remember it's Pablo Hassel. That's his name. And so this rapper, he had a song, and in the song he was talking shit about the police and talking bad about the Spanish royal family. And now he got arrested for it. So I don't know. I feel like this.
What do we have the exact bar that he
Yo,
said?
honestly, I might look it up. I might see if we can find that, or maybe yeah, I might need to look that up because all I've seen are just news articles saying he just criticized him. But I'm gonna see which Pablo Hassel track this is. It probably starts like Mike Will made it. Yo, fuck the queen, fuck cops. That's probably how the song goes. But yeah,
No,
but
no innuendo. He's just coming in hot.
I never fuck queen. I never fuck cops all my life. But fuck sake. Honestly, I feel like he so Pablo Hassel he at first he barricaded himself inside a university to avoid the jail term. I don't know. I feel like universities they have their own security too. So you just kind of like went inside the place where more cops hang out to try to get away from the cops. But yeah, and then he got arrested. He was detained, uh, and then he's facing 9 months in jail and they say it's for glorifying
So to
terrorism.
hide, you said he tried to blend in with the students, but there's no students at school. Everybody's zooming for school.
Right,
He was like, "Yeah,
he's
I'm
the
one of the
only one.
workers." It was like, sir, I don't think you would wear your chains to your janitor job."
Like all the teachers are like, all right, Juan here, Catalina here. Hey, who are you? Like he just showed up to like organic chemistry, like not knowing shit, and he got called on, and they were like, oh fuck, this guy's not in the class.
Hey, yo, fuck Barcelona, dog. Hey, this isn't that
Here he is, get him. That's how they
This
fucking.
is
That's how
math.
they found him.
This is calculus too. Why are you saying that?
Exactly. Man, fuck differential equations. Wait, where do I know that voice from? And then that's how they fucking that's how they got him, I guess. But
Oh
yeah,
man.
man. So it's just wild to see this because we just another thing I want to bring up is that for all of our listeners that aren't hip hop heads, the reason why I say parallel experiences is because there have been a number of United States rappers that have had like prison trials that have been very publicized, and like Bobby Shmurda, who I think is getting out soon. That was a big deal. He came out, he had like a huge hit song, and then he just got arrested like right after. There was
Well,
a guy
no,
who did.
in his huge hit song, he detailed all the murders of his case. He went down the list and was like, this guy caught a body. And then the most famous part of the song, it's almost like he forgot and he remembered, so he was excited. He was
Right.
like, oh, and Mitch caught a body about a week ago. He had to throw his hat in the air. Like he was just like, oh, I forgot Mitch.
Like I bet all his buddies were like, "Yo, you better shout me out of that track, yeah, yeah." And they're like, "Oh, not like that." But yeah, what happened? Yeah, so it was
the
literally like,
the judge. So are you the Mitch he's referring to? Man, my name is Mitchell. I don't even know who the fuck.
well, so I'm not. I do not know Bobby Shmurda. I am not affiliated with him. Here's an Instagram picture of you and him doing this and holding up guns. Are you sure this isn't you? Must be my twin brother,
Right.
bitch. Yeah, literally, it was like, and he's not the only one too. Like Bobby Shmurda ratted out himself and his buddies. I think who did Murder on My Mind? Was that YNW Melly?
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
Murder on My
Oh no,
Mind.
that was him. Wasn't that him ratting on himself?
Yeah, yeah. He could just. I mean, the song, the title, and the lyrics are all like, "Hey, judge, I killed this guy." So I mean, it's basically an affidavit. Like it's like I don't know why he fucking. I feel like he should have told like a lawyer or a therapist that's not like the world, but he did, and now he's in jail because and like in the courtroom they played the song. Like the prosecutor, he was like, "Oh, really? You didn't do it?" Press play on the Spotify, and they fucking. But first he didn't pay for the premium, so it was like, "Get in the zone, auto zone," and then like after 30 seconds of that, then it was the song that incriminated him.
So this guy in Barcelona, he didn't kill anybody or hurt anybody. He
Sure
just
didn't.
said fuck the government. Are they super regulated? Like, are they like China?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like they are similar to China in this way. So and what I was reading and what I want everyone to know is that around the world, freedom of speech is under attack, and it seems like Spain is a country that we might have missed. Everyone knows China and like Russia. You can't say what you want, but as it turns out, some countries we might not have expected. Spain has apparently had some other issues with freedom of speech, and there's been a lot of controversy around it. Because the old heads over there are like, oh, we just want to keep it clean. But the thing is that that maybe like some people want to talk dirty. So like I said, the jail, what they sentenced them to is
Everybody's seeing all these speeches over here in America. It's like, man, that looks cool. We could do it.
right. We want to get in on that shit. Yeah, I want a TV
Right,
from
right.
Target. Let's go. Yeah, so,
Right. Wait, all we got to do is say Black Lives Matter. We get some free shit. Let's do it.
yeah,
I
because
love black people.
yeah, and that should show all the racists out there who thought, oh, these are just black people stealing like they are. Like not everyone all over the world. If there's an opening, if all the cops are downtown like trying to stop people from bashing stores and they're trying to look for Pablo Hassel, like they know if the cops are there, they can steal from Target and the cops won't get them. Like that is a universal worldwide thing. But yeah, he the charges they gave him glorifying terrorism and slandering the crown. And so I mean, again, it's like I feel like it's like Britain, back when they had kings and queens, that was their whole thing. But I watched this video where it was just for like a minute. This dude was just saying like "fuck Margaret Thatcher," like she should be dead, and like I mean they got over it. Why can't Spain? You know what I mean? Oh, you on mute, Sean?
My bad. I think that Spain can't let us like can't they don't have like a long history of doing boss ass shit, so they can't let any bad intel get out. Like they can't be, we can't be dissing ourselves out here with
Right.
Spain.
Exactly. He's like, oh, yo, chill, chill, chill,
We
chill,
haven't
chill.
done any. We haven't done anything. We haven't done anything in the last 100 years, and now our hot news is our new up and coming rapper isn't happy with his health care.
Right, exactly. He's like, oh man, if this is the only PR we get for the next like 5 years, it can't be like this. Can't be. But see, it's like bad. It's like the opposite effect happened. You know what I mean? Like now it's like they fucked themselves, and they deserved it. Now what we're gonna do now is move on to our second top story that we have for today. Sean, have you ever have you ever like been outside and you just like like a plane, parts of a plane were just kind of falling down, so you went back inside?
No. I've never been a part of a plane crash.
Thank God, right? Well, see, that's the thing is that a plane crash almost happened. So this was over Denver, Colorado. A plane. So basically, what happened was that the engine of this plane blows up, and fortunately, the pilot successfully lands, and no one got hurt. But this is image. I'm actually gonna send this into our producer so he can put it up on the screen, just so y'all can see. This image is like I was looking at it like this is so surreal. But let me send it in real quick. But yeah, so basically, this plane, it fell out the sky, and and like this guy was I'm trying to remember what happened. I think he said he heard the explosion, and then he said that he went outside, and yeah, there it was. The casing of this engine landed like right on his yard. And I feel like the HOA probably came and was like, yo, what the fuck is this? We said no plane parts on your yard.
Exactly. They tried to find him.
Right. Exactly. Like, oh, okay. All right, so you think we can just be willy-nilly and not care about anyone's property value? He's like, yo, it fell out the sky. Uh-huh, sure. And those garbage cans you left on the street fell out the sky too, huh?
Yo, so is this thing solid or is it hollow?
Oh yeah, this plane part that fell, it's
he doesn't look like he takes care of his house too good anyway. He needs to rake his leaves. Look at me judging him.
That's so funny. It was funny because it's true. Honestly, what? I bet you he was mad that it didn't hit the house directly, because if it did, he would have just got the insurance payout and he could have dipped and gotten himself like a nice crib in Texas. But he was like, fuck, like
oh
it
my
just had to
gosh. Yo, if it would have been 10 feet to the what is it, the right, that would have been $1 million loss. He'd have been like, look at who you can. He'd have moving on up. He'd have been in the house like, yo, it fell on me.
Yeah, right. That would be me. Like, yo, if it hit my back hurts, my neck hurts, I got whiplash. The plane hit me. What can I say? And that's the crazy part.
Just his luck. It would be Spirit Airlines. They'd be like, look, we ain't got no settlement money. We just gonna go out of business.
Right. Yo, real quick, shout out John Curtis. Yo, what's up, baby? What's going on, Sean Curtis? He said, nice to see y'all. And he said, from time to time, a satellite re-enters the atmosphere and some of the debris survives the re-entry and falls to Earth. So apparently, now we got planes and fucking like the shit from Interstellar like gonna hit us too. So I mean, I don't, just beyond.
You're right, because that does look pretty satellite. Like
it does. How crazy is that? Yo, straight up. Also, everybody else
and
watching.
The atmosphere didn't burn it up. Shout out to that John Curtis.
Yeah, there we go. Yo, CDK said I would have gone out there and laid down and pretended it landed on me. Yeah, your birds with feathers flying together.
Hell yeah, CDK. You know what to talk about. I'd have been out there on the lawn. I'd have been my neighbors. You saw it, right? You saw it.
Right. Like on the ground. Like,
ambulance would have came 2 hours later. Sir, why are you still under it? You can move it. I'm like, nah, not me.
I need this shit to stay here long. Everybody get a picture. It's on me now. It's on my chest. It landed on me. And that's the thing. It was I would have had you holding the phone and be like, yo, drop it on me. Let's get a video of it. Right.
Just so we can reenact what happened.
Yeah. They'll be like, "Oh, how did it didn't kill you?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, like it hit the ground first, and then it flopped down and it hit me in the head, and my neck and my back are hurt." And yeah, I think y'all just got to like pay me. So I would have owned the airline by the time I was done with these people had it hit me. But yeah, like one passenger, he was on the flight. He said he heard a loud explosion. He said the plane was shaking violently. They lost altitude. They started going down. And then, so this must have been really scary. I tell you, it's gonna be
What?
scary for the airline once they all sue him. But yeah, they yeah, people were seeing the metal coming down. Yeah, they like ran inside people in the area, like they had seen the fucking what's this looks like a yeah, like part of the wing, and then the engine. So that's the casing of the engine. I think like the front of the engine that is that ring. But yeah, there you have it, folks. Shit
So
falling down.
like who gets the blame for that? Like is it just like the guys who's putting the plane together? Is the pilot at fault? Is he just like, hey man, look, I did my job.
Yo, honestly, that's a great question. What I found in a lot of cases is that what they do is because I actually I fell down this rabbit hole on YouTube where it was like these like plane crashes and they're going like in depth like what happened, and almost all these videos it's like the aircraft mechanics were like they were like oh, we were just trying to clock out, so we put in 3 bolts instead of 10 on the door, and then the door came off, and oh, that's my bad. Like, so honestly, if anyone's getting sued, my money's on it's gonna be like the engineers and the mechanics or whatever, because those yeah, CDK she commented that money because that's what they're gonna get. Oh, John Curtis also said they use transuranic. I've never heard this word, transuranic elements to power space vehicles. If that falls to Earth, you don't want to be anywhere near it. Damn, bro. And now we gotta worry about ET. Like this is some bullshit right here. But
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
man, that's how it is.
I don't know. I think I know NASA got the bankroll to pay some settlement money. So
Oh, you know
I have to disagree with you, John Curtis.
it. No, straight up.
I'm not afraid of the aliens. Aliens can beam me up.
Honestly, like I would be down, but I feel like I feel like the last time someone like forcibly took black people somewhere, like it didn't end well for us. So I feel like just to risk, like I feel like we can't go back. Like just if the aliens take me and then they're like, oh, this guy's got a pretty good build, let's put him to work, and then now I gotta like farm space crystals, and then like 100 years later, like my descendants are still facing the same stereotypes. And, can't do it.
They don't want to know. They don't want to know any human secrets. They don't want to know any like. They just want to. Can you lift big things?
Right. You get the
You
space
John
con for
Henry,
us. And that's the funny. I'm just sitting there like, man,
giant
I'm
with a
just
hammer in your hand.
So I'm like, yeah. So in my mind, I don't want to, because you know me, and I know you're the same way, Sean. We don't want the black community to move backwards. We want us to move forward. And if we get turned into space slaves, well, that's a step back in my opinion. Oh man,
Who you
and that
telling? Right, right. We
right.
we 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 uh we work hard, create our own space station. Finally, get to the next planet, and they're like, "All right, well, you got to start over. Got to put your work
Exactly.
in."
And honestly, I think black people could, because my view on this has evolved. Now I feel like black people really could just have all our own, just all our own stuff, just all our own stuff. But yes, but then like if aliens come, because the thing is like it's one thing having to deal with white people, but now we got to deal with like the monster from Alien, or like who knows what these aliens might look like. So it's like like the whole idea of like I got to deal with Cletus and like XJE12. Like I'm like nah, I'm not trying to fucking. That's two different weirdos I got to fucking deal with. Let's see what else is going
Right,
on in the
right.
world. Oh yeah, shout out CDKATL, shout out John Curtis, and shout out because here's the thing: not freedom all around the world. I'm gonna say this too before we move on. Freedom all around the world is under threat. Not just to black people in America, but to people everywhere. I mean, if Pablo Hassel, his freedoms are under attack. People in Russia, we're about to get into that. But sometimes there are freedoms we can enjoy. All 4 of them. Here's our sponsor, 4 Freedoms. I mean, they don't pay us anything, but this is the cheapest liquor, and I wanted to have a funny little sponsor. So yeah, Four Freedoms. This is like $1 per freedom. I sort of got this is like the cheapest liquor I've ever seen. But here's our sponsor, Four Freedoms. Shout out Four Freedoms.
Four Freedoms. It'll get you drunk.
Right. It gets the job done. It's means to an end.
Right.
The means to an end. I want to ask the audience real quick. Hey, all y'all, whatever y'all are sipping on, whatever y'all are drinking, even if it's water, even if it's something, even if you're like doing yoga, drinking kombucha, comment, let us know what you're drinking. And yeah, man, we appreciate the love, y'all. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Yeah. Oh, also, did you hear about this, Sean? This dude in Russia got poisoned for trying to run against Vladimir Putin for president. Did you hear about this?
No. I didn't even know Russia voted for president. I thought they just picked the guy because this guy Putin's been there for a while, right?
Yeah. So so funny you say that because basically Vladimir Putin has been president for a super long time, and the reason for that is because he's not a president; he's more of a president. So the way he does elections is the way I'm trying to think of an example. There's no funny. He's a dictator masquerading as. So basically, every election is like, oh shit, yo, Vladimir Putin got like 99% of the vote. What? He's so popular. But what really happened was that everyone else who like said they were gonna run or criticized him just got poisoned or put in jail or killed. So yeah, I mean, so it's like he's basically like Birdman. Like Birdman like set up his own like recording studio and he like forced himself onto every track. Like do you remember that? Like there was like a time span when Birdman he just like put himself on he like made everybody feature him. And like I feel like he's like Putin is like the Birdman. He's just like everyone must like me. I must be popular or else. Yeah, that's his whole thing, man. But what happened here was that this man, Alexei Navalny, he was a critic of Vladimir Putin. So right then and there, this guy's got a death wish. But he said basically what happened was that he's an opposition leader. And it's just like what I said. Like he said he was going to run against Vladimir Putin. He started to become more popular. Especially a lot of younger people who are more progressive. They're like, yeah, like we don't fuck with Vladimir Putin. Like this is boring. We got the same president. And so yeah, but then what happened was that a couple months ago, Vladimir Putin had him. And it's funny, the Russian government denies this, but they did it. But Vladimir Putin had him poisoned. They used a nerve agent attack on him. So and it almost killed him. And also his wife has had to go on the run too, because he has a family too. But what happened? Yeah, so the obvious thing that happened is that Vladimir Putin poisoned him, like he's done to a bunch of other people. The Kremlin denies any involvement. Oh, and so what just happened just now was that the Russian courts have sentenced him to go to a penal colony. So he's gonna have to go to like a jail island, basically. So I don't know, like Sean, do you feel like do you feel like Vladimir Putin is he? Do you think how should everybody else react? Like I don't think we should go to war over this, but at the same time, I feel like there has to be some sort of consequence. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think the only thing that's gonna defeat Vladimir Putin is Father Time.
Damn, he's like Tom Brady.
He has a junior, Vladimir Putin Jr., who's just gonna come through and carry on the torch. But he's not gonna have the same hard workmanship as his father. So he's gonna turn the country to shit. Because he's entitled.
It's gonna be like a Magic Johnson and his son. Like his son does not play basketball like at all. Like that's what it's gonna be like. But it's like, bro, also shout out John Curtis drinking that coffee. There you go. That's some good shit. CDK ATL is drinking whatever. Okay, CDK ATL is drinking the opposite of what coffee is. Like whatever the inverse of coffee is, homemade moonshine with fruit juice in it. Please do not go blind on because if you go blind, you can't watch politics as usual. Let's see. That's right, John. We stomp it out evil straight up.
When he said a V8 splash, I thought he was talking about some drip from his engine.
A splash of V8 in that. Yeah, damn. Somebody has drank motor oil before. Like that has been done. That's been tried for sure. But yeah, man. Like, do you feel like maybe they could like try some economic sanctions? Because I mean, they've had to try that in the past. Because in the past, Russia, they'll put people in jail for being gay, for saying the wrong thing about Vladimir Putin. Like I said, like Putin is just the like he's the main guy in like the rapper posse. Like he's the guy where it's like if you say anything he doesn't like, he's like, yo, fuck you, get the fuck out. Like honestly.
Imagine the comedy clubs in Russia. Hey, how about Vladimir Putin, huh? Isn't he a great guy? All you can do is sarcasm.
Oh, and the whole crowd has to go nuts. Like that guy has to kill. If that guy bombs after he says Vladimir Putin's good, everybody's dead. No one's living. Like if Vladimir Putin does comedy in Russia, it's literally gonna be like it's gonna be like when celebrities do comedy. Like everyone's just gonna laugh, like because it's like a compulsion. Like they're not gonna find it funny, but they're gonna be like, oh shit, like if I don't laugh, like I'm not gonna fit in, and some bad might happen. But yeah, he literally that might be a good strategy for him. Like he would be like the Dave Chappelle of Russia. Like no, everyone would you wouldn't have a choice but to laugh. Yeah, that's crazy. That sounds nice. I wish I was the dictator, man. I wouldn't be going to any open mics. I would just be going to the comedy store and like, and you know what? I would bump Dave Chappelle. Like Dave Chappelle would be on the lineup. I would bump him. I would bump Bill Burr. I would bump Louis C.K. Like, nah, I'm going up. Nah, fuck y'all. I'm going up. And then and then I do an hour.
Look at what you're doing. Look at what you're using your presidential powers for. Just to bump comedians.
just for valid. Honestly, it's similar to Trump, I feel, because like with Trump, it was like it was like that, but on Twitter. Like he was like, everyone must agree with me on Twitter. But like that's lame. Like you need to take that shit to somewhere where you can get pussy. Go to like the Comedy Store or the Laugh Factory, and then just like make the marquee just you, so it'll like no one else is allowed to perform that night. You're in the main room. And then you could do an hour and everyone has no choice. But you can go on there and be like the guy from Rap Battle Parody, just be like, stoop boop bop boop boop bop bop bow. And everyone has to love it. It'll just be just like Rap Battle Parody.
Like, yeah. Like you take over all the major news networks just so you can work on your tight five.
Right. You would like call into the news and they'd be like in the middle of talking about the weather. You'd be like, hey, can I drop in real quick? Let me just do like 3 minutes. Let me just do 3 minutes. But yeah, no, it'll literally be just like that. Yes, Unicornio, what's up, baby? Unicornio 909 is in the house. Appreciate you posting this emoji on there. I don't know. Twitch has their own emojis, and they're better than the iPhone and Android ones. Like there's like real emotion here. You know what I mean? It's none of that like crying, laughing bullshit. Like people put the crying, laughing emoji on shit that is not fucking funny at all. Like those emojis are fucking done.
Exactly. Their face is literally like.
Right. Their face will be just like that, and they'll be like, "Yo, I'm fucking dying, bro," and they'll be typing it like, but it is every single fucking time. Because sometimes I'm like, there's no way you thought this was funny. Like some of this shit, I'm like, okay, like nah, like you added these, like this is for effect. Like this shit is not genuine. But you would have to add it if Vladimir Putin sent you a text he thought was funny, because if you don't reply with the laughing emoji, he'll kill you. And so free speech is under attack all over the world, y'all. Keep your eyes on that. We're trying to talk about world news this time.
And like is anybody in the world happy with the government? Like is anybody like, our government's killing it? Shout out to our Is it like is New Zealand happy?
I feel like they probably are. New Zealand literally, they have like their prime minister. She's like Jacinda Ardern. Yeah, she's like a 45-year-old woman. It's like a fun soccer mom. That like everyone else has to have like an alcoholic stepdad as their leader, and they get like a fun soccer mom who has orange slices and like lets you have a little bit of wine. Like that's like they get the fun mom, and we get like we get like Peter Griffin as our leader. But that's I guess that's how it's gonna fucking go for us. Oh man. Let's see.
Yo, that does sound like an episode of Family Guy. This episode.
Peter Griffin becomes a
Peter
dictator.
yeah, yeah. Peter befriends Vladimir Putin.
Right, exactly. Holy crap, Lois! I can't fucking do the voice, but whatever. You would fucking that honestly it sounds kind of entertaining. I actually look you want to see what would happen if like yeah, because I feel like yeah, honestly they probably have already done that. I haven't seen Family Guy past like when I was in high school, but I assume they've done that by now.
They probably have done it. They probably have done a gag on. I'm sure Seth MacFarlane knows Vladimir Putin.
Right, exactly. Putin called him was like
Vladimir
nuts on
Vladimir Putin.
plane.
He'd be like, "Yeah, do the voices. Do the voices." He'd be
Right. Do the voice. He probably honestly
he'd be like, I'll do Brian."
Exactly. Oh, do Quagmire, do giggity goo, do Quagmire. And he's like, I don't want. He's like, I will kill your family. Honestly, that must be what it's like to be in showbiz in Russia. Like, it must be just the constant threat of like, if you don't like during the video where the paparazzi show up outside Kanye's house early in the morning and they're like, "Good morning, Kanye." He's like, "Shut the fuck up." Like he would have to just be like, "Hey, who is it?" He would have to like make sure it's not the wrong people. Like he'd have to like literally just anytime like Meta World Peace when what was Meta World Peace's name before it was that basketball player? Ron Artest?
Ron Artest.
Right. He can't beat up anybody. He has to run up into the stands and then be like, "Hey, who are you? Are you associated with the government? You're not? Okay." Blah! But if they are with the government, he has to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I just love meeting fans."
I don't know, man. Ron Artest was kicking ass.
He literally fought at the same rate that a hockey player fights. Like he was an NBA player that fought as much as like an MMA fighter would fight over the course of a year.
Exactly. Imagine the gladiators just deciding to go into the stands and kill the fucking the watchers.
Yo, what if this dude was like, "Oh, you suck, Serena," and Serena Williams just throws a ball up and just like pelts him in the face at 100 miles an hour with it? Like, what if she just like runs into the stands and just like cuts his head off with the fucking racket?
Exactly. I mean, all the shit that LeBron gets. Imagine if somebody fucking he just went up to him and lugged him one time across the head. That person might die.
Shout out Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks' own State Farm Arena, the site of the latest LeBron James having to confront a fan who is trying to demonize him. And we are so proud of our rich history over there at State Farm Arena. We pride ourselves on our negative LeBron James interactions. And our latest one was just so special. You just love seeing those moments. A drunk lady, she's like a trophy wife, and the old dude who is like he's like 60, but he can't like understand how to act in the crowd. And they cussed out LeBron James, and then he had to come over there because LeBron James
apparently this guy has been hating LeBron for years.
Oh my God, it's a fetish.
He makes it his mission to to go to the games and talk shit to LeBron. He's got years of content backlogged on his page where it's just pictures of him taunting LeBron and LeBron being a millionaire.
Right. He probably runs an Instagram account like the title is like "Fuck LeBron James," and just every post is like, "I hate his fucking hairline. Like I hate his kids. Bronny's not even that good at basketball." Like it's probably some shit like that. But yeah, no, literally, and it was like this guy. His whole life goal was he hates LeBron James. He's got courtside seats. He yells at LeBron James. And yeah, so like I know LeBron James is like really big. Like, how big is LeBron James? Like, do you know like how tall and how much he weighs?
I mean, that was a rough question. How big is LeBron James?
Oh,
yeah, he's 6'9".
Because you know more about basketball.
He's 6'9". 260. He's a big guy. He's a giant.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I heard he's like, I don't want to over exaggerate. I know he's like 6'5", 6'6", and he weighs like 250 pounds. Oh, he's 6'9".
6'9".
What?
He's 6'9" and 260. LeBron is
my God.
An alien.
Bro, they literally was like
he was fighting Goliath.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He's trying to get the Iron Giant to fight him. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, you really want a man who can like step on you without like this man can just like he can like Mario stomp you. He literally could jump that high and he's that big. He would have turned this man into a fucking Goomba. He probably already looked like one, but he would have fucking gotten the 100 points and moved on, fought Bowser some shit. Cause yeah, that's how big LeBron just could just make us. It would be like be like Mario and like Goombas and shit. Like he could just jump on us like easily and like crush us. But yeah, hopefully, hopefully the next person LeBron has to set straight for Vladimir. What if Vladimir Putin got courtside seats? Because then here in America, he can't just like poison anybody willy nilly because he's on our soil. So then he'd have to just like shut his mouth. He'd probably be like about to say something like, "Hey, fuck you," and he's like, "Oh wait, hold on, I can't poison LeBron because ESPN will report on it, and then there'll be a war."
Right, exactly.
Like, yeah, the blue chew,
You
you
can
can't
take out a
poison.
politician, but don't take out LeBron.
Right, exactly. LeBron has way more Instagram followers. LeBron's way more popular. You can't if you kill him, then that's for sure gonna be a war. Like war is 100% gonna break out. Damn, bro, it'd be Cold War.
Laker Nation will go to war for that.
You would see cholos with like rocket launchers and like camo basketball jerseys like going over to Russia to fight.
Right.
You
We're
see a
doing it for
bunch
Kobe. We're
right,
doing
exactly.
it for
This is for Kobe. Oh my god, yeah, Laker Nation 100%. Like it would literally be like how America got galvanized after 9/11. Like Laker Nation, it would be like 100% like military enlistment rate. Like there would be like 60-year-old moms in Los Angeles who would be like learning how to like shoot the fucking AR-50, learning how to like throw a grenade, like learning ballistics training. Like there would be like it would literally be like World War II. Like everybody will be in the war effort if they like took out LeBron.
Everybody's all in uniform, lined up outside the Staples Center.
Right, exactly.
I don't know why. They're at the Staples Center. You can't fly there. You can't. They're just
That's
sending
the
a message to
military
Russia. We're here.
That's their Pentagon. Yeah, they'd be in the fucking Staples Center. Yeah, that would be their base of operation. They would fucking and their fighter jets would fly to LAX, and then they would go, and then their aerobatic smoke. It wouldn't be like the usual like red, white, and blue colors. It'd be like purple and gold, and they would fly over, and they would basically like nuke. You know what would be funny? You know what would be funny? If they like nuked Russia or like dropped a bomb on them, like ESPN would repost it, like Sports Center would repost it, and they'd like turn it into like a funny video where like Kobe shoots the bomb over and like destroys them.
And LeBron dunks a bomb onto him.
Exactly. Yo, Zion was dropping bombs just like our military last night. Check it out.
Oh man.
Damn, bro. Hey man, and hopefully, everyone keeps it pretty peaceful. Because yeah, like I said, as funny as that video will be, then what if they try to retaliate against us? And yeah, like I said, if they attacked, because I feel like if they attack like or any other building, even like the Pentagon, it'd be like, oh, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen. If they attack Staples Center or like Yankee Stadium, or if they attack like Gillette Stadium, like there's gonna be like a million Bostonians. Like if they kill Tom Brady, it's going to be like a million Bostonians headed over there to just level the entire country. And so let's hope that doesn't happen because then what would the beer companies would go out of business if all of Boston was gone. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take a 5-minute break. Real quick 5-minute break. Then when we're back, we're going to move on to our second segment where we get to the bottom of these crazy world leaders out there, Vladimir Putin and many others just like him, and we're going to figure out which one's the craziest, who's having all these sex scandals, which one is most likely a crackhead on the download. So stick with us. In 5 minutes, we'll be back and we'll talk about it some more.
President of the United States who gives a speech, right, that's completely protected under the Constitution. They want to convict him because of the actions of a few, okay? That is an attack on free speech in the United States Constitution. The Republicans want to go back to the way it was before we hijacked the party. Do you understand that? They want to go back to how it was before, when the few can instill what they want on the rest of the population. They want to go back to how it was before, when our voices did not matter, right? When we stayed in our houses, when we did not rally, when we did not go out and vote. They want to go back to how it was. I want to explain something to you. The establishment, the Republican Party, is no different than the Democrats. Do you guys agree with that? In fact, they are a bigger threat, okay? Because they run around and they pretend to be conservatives like Jamie, but at the end of the day, if you look at her voting record, she's never been conservative. She never has, she never will be, okay? And so the thing is these Republicans, Trump was a threat to these Republicans in the establishment. Do you understand that? Because, like I said, he did create an insurrection of the Republican Party, okay? We went in there and took it over, and they saw the Capitol as an opportunity, the Capitol siege as an opportunity. The Republicans saw that as an opportunity. And they saw that as an opportunity not after it happened, but before it happened. They knew that there was a threat going up to that day. They knew it. Nancy Pelosi knew about the threat, and she had half of the police leave the Capitol that day, okay? I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. At the very least, they stood down and allowed those people to go into the Capitol. Did you guys see in the video? The police officers were like, come on in, come on in. In Olympia, the exact same day, up at the Capitol, okay, the exact same thing happened in Olympia, Washington. They opened up the gate and the police and just invited everyone in onto the governor's mansion, okay? Who was there that day? Some of you guys were there that day. Pretty much, the whole thing was a setup, okay? So now they're taking this as an opportunity to attack President Trump and attack all of us who have followed him and who have started this movement, okay? That's the whole thing about trying to get you guys to shut up and remain silent, okay? So here's the thing. Jamie took this opportunity to attack him and attack each and every single one of you simply for him giving a speech. Do you guys think that President Trump did anything wrong? Do you think Jamie actually cares about that siege on the Capitol? She doesn't care. She took it as an opportunity. Now, here's the thing. Here's the beautiful thing about what Jamie did, okay? Jamie's been a target by true conservatives for a while now, okay? But now people are starting to wake up and understand. We need to commit with everything that we have, okay? This is your territory. This is your district. We need to commit with everything that we have to get a new Republican in there. Everything. It is not enough to complain. It is not enough to yell and scream or cry or whatever it is. It is not enough, okay? If you want something, you have to put in the work, okay? And it's about taking, it's about laying claim into your territory. It's very important, okay? I'm gonna talk about that in a quick second, about getting people signed up to do things. The other thing that I want to talk about real quick about being involved at a local level, okay?
Oh, there's quite a few people here.
We have people in DC right now that are trying to destroy this country, okay? And it's more important now, more than ever, to be involved at a local level. At a local level, city council, commissioners, school board, all of it, ladies and gentlemen. You will have more of an impact in your city if you are on the city council than you will in DC. Do you understand that? You have movements across the entire country that are pushing back against the federal government at a local level. I believe it is Georgia. There's a county. They pass an ordinance that if any federal agent comes in to their county and uses a red flag law to take guns, the sheriffs have to arrest that federal agent. Okay? Yes, what a beautiful thing. That's something I've been dreaming about for a long time. That's what we need, okay? You have people like, obviously in Mossy Rock, they vote in to open up their city. It's a big deal. That's what we need. We need people, I need all of you today, I need you to go home, look at your city, look at your county, and see who's up for election this year, okay? I want to tell you a quick story. And you guys know Battleground, Washington? Okay, very conservative spot. I mean, pretty conservative, right? Now, A lot of people did not know that they had city council members that were running unopposed for years. And these guys are socialists to Democrats or whatever, and no one knew it, okay? When people start paying attention and start pushing back, okay, then people start running for city council and they start to take it over. But you have to see who's on your city council. You got to see who your commissioners are. You got to see especially who's on your school board. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to open up these schools, okay? Do you agree with that?
Politics as usual on Protest Party TV. Yo, for everyone tuning in, we appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much for the support. And now we're going to get into our second segment. So like I said, on our show, what we love to do, aside from drink, 4 freedoms, the best liquor $5 can buy. Aside from that, one thing we love doing is talking about the world of politics and helping to demystify it, break it down for y'all, make it more digestible. It's not digestible. 4 freedoms liquor, the best liquor, $5 can get you. But the thing is that what we want to do is not just break down politics, but also make it funny too. And but we've just been kind of focusing on just American politics. So this episode is a special episode. It's our world politics as usual. So what we want to do is show y'all what's going on all around the world. And so right now we're going to discuss the craziest world leaders around the world. Because for the past 4 years, everyone's just been kind of fixated on our crazy leader. But as it turns out, a bunch of other countries have a crackhead in charge as well. So speaking of which, the first one we're going to get into is this dude, Jair Bolsonaro. Have you ever heard of this dude, Sean?
Oh, no. Where's he from?
Yes, this is the president of Brazil. He actually came to power.
I know he's a crackhead off because the things that Brazil is known for, and he's just like the leader of the place. Like, yeah, that's
right.
how you get down here. I know he's up to no good.
There's no way. I mean, just like when we think Brazil, the first thought is not like, oh, like happiness, flat. Like the first thought is like, oh, like a house where like the roof is like a plane part, and then like drugs, like crime, shootings, titties, ass. But I mean, the truth is that one thing that Brazil also has a lot of right now, unfortunately, is actually fascism. And so Jair Bolsonaro is a far-right leader. I'll just break down who he is first before we get into just how crazy this man is. But basically, so when Bolsonaro took office, and this was in, I think, about 2016, Brazil, prior to this, Brazil was going through a lot of economic issues. They were going through this big corruption scandal happened with the other political party over there. And so Bolsonaro seized that opportunity. And he said he was going to be a strong leader, blah, blah, blah. And they called him, Brazil's Trump, because this guy is so far right. So here's one thing he said. Now, Jair Bolsonaro, he has made his stance on gay marriage completely clear in the sense that he thinks gay people are going to hell. Bolsonaro, the president of Brazil, he said, and this is I wish this was not, like, this is a real quote. He said he would prefer to see his son. He'd rather see his son die in an accident rather than have a member of his family be homosexual. So he said he'd rather his son just be dead than find out one day that his son was gay. And to be honest, like I feel like he doesn't really know what he's asking for. I mean, like, to be honest, like I think that I feel like he, like, a bunch of people say like a bunch of homophobic people say that, like, oh, I'd rather have, if my son's gay, he's not my son. But I mean, like, he's still your son. Like, if like you can't unhave a kid. Like you can't like recall, like there's no return. You can't like turn him back into a sperm and put him in your balls. Like you had the kid, or you can't, oh, like, he's no son of mine. He's your son. He is your son. Hey, look, if you have gay DNA, bro, that's your fault. Like, that's your fault. That's you. If you feel like being gay is like a deficiency in some way, then maybe you should have eaten something better, so your sperm would have been better. Because you fucked, like, that's your fault. He's your kid. Like, you're acting like somebody else like shot a gay ray gun at him and made him fucking gay.
It's in the DNA. It's in the DNA.
No, because here's the thing. So what Bolsonaro said, he said he'd rather see his son dying, and he'd rather see his son die than be gay, because he's one of those people that's like, oh, I'd rather my son be dead. Like, he's one of those people where he would make his son go away. But yeah, but it's like, if homophobic people are so ridiculous because like you can't like it's still your kid. Like you can't act like, oh, this person has nothing to do with me. You can't like you can't like move like this isn't a file you're moving to the recycling bin. Like this is he's still your kid. And yeah, maybe you might be gay too. Maybe you gave it to him. Like, you know what I mean? Like they seem to believe that like if somebody's gay, it's like a mistake that you made. It's like, bro, like I just this whole line of thinking I don't understand. This is fucking wild. Yeah, so he doesn't like gay people.
I don't know if it's in the genes. I think maybe it is. I don't know. I don't even know what genes are, honestly.
Well, and see the point I was because the thing is I know it's like it just kind of depends on certain genetic mutation in you that kind of like alters your sexuality. But the thing is that
yeah, I thought genes was like your eye color and your fingers
so
stuff.
That's the thing. But it's like Bolsonaro thinks it's like genes. Like Bolsonaro thinks that it's like a deficiency. Like it's like you did something wrong, or like you are like he views being gay the same way you would view like schizophrenia. You know what I mean? Like it's not like they're not the same thing. But yeah, that's I should have clarified. That's what I meant. Also, he has said that he had so before he got into president, he was a congressman from Rio de Janeiro, and this is also something else I wanted to touch on. He was in Congress for 27 years and only managed to pass 2 bills that he wrote. So this man, he is shooting 2 for 27 from the floor. He's not doing great. His field goal percentage is not ideal.
CDK ATL said, is Sean sitting under a pantry shelf? What's John Curtis talking about?
He said gay ray gun. That's funny as fuck. Gay ray gun. Hey man, but that's the thing. It's like these people. I feel like it's like symbolic of a bigger thing, because it's like. It's bad that Bolsonaro thinks gay people aren't real or he thinks gay people should be dead or whatever. But it's like who else does he think should be dead? Because Brazil has a racism problem, so he probably thinks black people should be dead. You know what I mean? Like so then it's like there's probably a bunch of people who he thinks he should be allowed to poison. And who the fuck he's not gonna poison? LeBron, because he's about to catch that fucking smoke. It's gonna be every gang member from LA. Is gonna be at the Brazil capital, but I feel like what the fuck? I was like Bolsonaro,
man, sawed off shotguns and sandals.
Right, exactly. It's gonna be the first militia like wearing like a white t-shirt with a basketball jersey over it. Like that's gonna be the uniform. like tall white socks, like shorts,
jean shorts.
Oh my god. Yeah, jean shorts, exactly. Everyone's got tattoos, but it's not like the usual military tattoos. It's like, Jefe or like, it's like a fucking like I don't even know. But yeah, and that's the thing. It's like he actually so I want to bring this up too. Yeah, he has a completely his human rights record is just like it is he ticks all the boxes for like what a dictator would be. He's somebody who claims that he and he alone, and I want to bring this up to say that these are the warning signs for somebody who's a dictator or wants to be a dictator is trying to move in. They all have these traits, and all these other guys I'm about to list, they do this too. But they always claim that no one is trustworthy but them. So Bolsonaro is always saying that every news media outlet that doesn't like him is fake news. He says that. He believes that he's the only trustworthy one. He believes that he and he alone is the only way Brazil is going to prosper. And like if nobody else is allowed to help Brazil win. Like this is like like everyone says, oh, Kobe was selfish. Not even Kobe acted like this. I mean, come on. He just claims that he needs all that needs to happen is that he just needs to be allowed to do whatever he wants to do, remove whoever he should be allowed to remove, and then everything will be fine. And everything's not fine.
Are you saying Kobe was had the same mindset as Vladimir Putin?
No.
Vladimir Putin had the Mamba
mentality. Hustle. Yo, if Vladimir Putin like, yo, y'all are soft like Charmin. But no, but that's the thing. What I was saying was that not even Kobe. Like Kobe was, everyone thinks of him as like, oh, this like megalomaniac. But like, not even Kobe was like, oh, I like. Kobe knew that it was oh, Kobe doesn't pass, Kobe doesn't. But it's like he knew it was a team game. He knew he did pass. Like, he knew it is a team effort. Like he wasn't gonna ignore Shaq. He knows Shaq's on the team. But see, a dictator acts like Shaq is not on the team. A dictator acts like it's literally him and then like five or six other players, and like it's just like a dictator just believes that it's just him, and it's never just you. But that's the key, because that's how they maintain power. They convince everyone that it's only them is gonna make shit happen. Let's see, and yeah, so watch out for that. Yeah, a lot of the time. Let's see, what else? I mean, it's so funny how many similarities he has with Trump too. He likes to shit post on Twitter. He does that a lot. He fucking someone brought up human rights and he just kind of laughed at it. He ticks all the boxes. Yeah. Do you think that he's a crackhead in disguise, Sean?
I think he may have done crack once or twice. I think he left that in a past life, but he has the same tendencies of a crackhead, so he might have done it once or twice.
I agree. I honestly, I disagree. I think that he's. I feel
like Brazil might be another place where they fuck with their government.
Right, for real.
You're saying that this guy's always under attack because he hates human rights and all that kind of stuff, right?
Right, dead ass. Yep.
Well. They're probably split. They're like, yeah, but at least he keeps it real.
Right. That's literally it.
We got hookers.
When keeping it real goes wrong, like Brazil edition. Yeah. So deadass, he fucking he's like I say, he's honestly just like a bad person. And a bad leader. Brazil's economy has not really recovered. Oh, also, they are second place for most coronavirus cases and deaths. So yeah, I guess Bolsonaro is not. He's not. You can't even compare him. There's no. He's not. He's more like He's like when I can't even. He's like Al Horford on the Hawks. It's like he's okay, and then everything else is like bad, and nothing's improving. And then there's like Kobe over there, and he's like, oh, that guy fucking, he sucks. I'm the one who can turn this shit around. Let's move on to Vladimir Putin, because I can't compare anything else to Bolsonaro. My brain's stuck. But yeah, Vladimir Putin, he used to be a KGB spy. He took office in 1999, and like you said earlier, Sean, he never gave it up. He was convinced that only he was gonna fix Russia.
So he was the secret agent.
Yeah, he was with the KGB. Now, what I've heard, and I actually didn't look this up to fact check it, but what I heard was that he wasn't even, for the most part, he wasn't like the guy with the gun who needs to like kick in a door and get into a building. Like he was working the desk for most of it. He wasn't like, he wants everyone to think he's a tough guy, but he was doing the Excel sheets, I guess.
He wasn't like the Russian spy who's trying to kill James Bond. He was just the guy at the front desk who got shot just because he was the guy at the front desk.
And the only difference is he didn't get shot. That's the only difference. Yeah, he fucking so Putin is he's a similar kind of leader. He is a dictator. He is somebody that believes that believes that like Russia needs a degree of purity and strength in order to succeed. He puts gay people in jail, which is, like I said, if you're a homophobe, if you, let's say you're the founder of Chick-fil-A, you might be like, yo, I fuck with this man. But now, like, that's just not cool, because, like I said, like, where does it stop? And it's like, you're gonna put like all the gay people. Then it's like, oh, you don't like people who chew loud. So now they all go.
How do you charge them? How do you charge them? Like, how do you like, hey, you guys, those jeans are too tight. Lock them up. Like how do you dictate?
Yeah,
are they moving in their house? Like, are you guys sitting on a love seat together?
Right. It's dead ass like that. It'll be like, they'll have like a probe, like, oh, we know you guys aren't really roommates. If you confess, we'll get the other one immunity, or we'll give you immunity if you rat out all the other fake roommates. Oh, I'm about to look this up right now, actually, because I know that this has been happening, but it is actually interesting. How do they do they just be like, oh, your crime is that gay shit, and they put you in jail. How does that work? But let's see. Yeah, so in Chechnya, they actually detained. Yeah, so this was a case of this was 2019. They had detained and tortured these guys in Grozny, Russia. But basically, what happened was that they were having like an anti-gay purge. This is 2019.
Unicorn 0909. You're correct. But go ahead, John.
There you go. That's right. Oh yeah, the unicorn. No, that's right. You got it right. It's a bunk bed. Sean's not inside a stove, and he's not inside a prison. He's hanging out at his place. But we did us. And that's the fucking thing is that so the police officials they caught these guys. They might have been LGBT activists, so they might have been like, oh, okay, we know you're gay because of that. But they kicked them with booted feet. They beat them with sticks and pipes. They tortured 3 of the 4 with electric shocks. So it looked like that's what Putin does.
Thank you, Protest Party TV. You're right. I'm not a cat.
Sean is not a cat. Confirmed. That's right. Hey, have you ever seen a cat with a do-rag and AirPods? I haven't. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's a cool cat.
There we go. That's the kind of jokes we're gonna be making when we're like 60. Like when we're 70. Like that's the type of shit we're gonna find funny. I feel like Putin is he's a dictator. If you run against him, like can you imagine if Donald Trump tried to poison Joe Biden? Like how wild would that be? But that's what they just went through. You know what I mean? It's like damn, bro. Like because Donald Trump, he would definitely fuck it up. Like he would be like. He would like be like walking in the room like, all right, is everything ready? And then he'd see like a black guy, he'd be like, hey, what's this? And they were like, oh, you said to get Arsenio. No, I said to get arsenic. And the Arsenio Hall is like, yo, hey, remember the Wayne Brady show? Like, Trump would fuck it up so bad. Like Trump would never get it right.
That was hilarious.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like Vladimir Putin, as bad as he is. Here's something else interesting too. This was actually because I want your opinion on this, Sean, because this might be connected to the whole Russia scandal in the 2016 election. But basically, Hillary. So this article is saying that Hillary Clinton and Vladimir Putin have a history because Hillary Clinton, she was the Secretary of State for the Obama administration. And what happened was that Putin was back on his bullshit, and then Hillary had she called for sanctions against Russia. So sanctions is basically like it's measures designed to hamper their business operations in America. So it might be raising taxes on Russian imports. Just it's like a punishment that we can do to let Russia know we're not cool with it. So she tried to punish them economically. Also, it says here she once compared him to Adolf Hitler. So I'm thinking that maybe like Putin was like, oh, okay, it's like that, huh? So then he went and he tried to like go through her email.
I think Putin takes that as a compliment. Like he's just like, yeah, you're right. You see what I'm out here doing. I'm Genghis Khan.
Right, exactly. He was like Millie rocking, like, hey. I bet you honestly, he might have liked that. He might have been like, oh, wait, no. Here's something else interesting. I don't think he would have, because I think maybe he's just trying to outdo Hitler. So he definitely has a grudge against him because, as we know, the Soviet Union and Germany fought each other in World War II, and the Soviet Union lost so many people. And here's something else interesting. Vladimir Putin's father, it was in the Soviet army during World War II, and a grenade had actually crippled him. So it actually, I think it either messed up his spine or his legs, and he couldn't really walk. So I think Putin's like, oh, okay, oh, Hitler thinks he's all that, huh? Oh, you think you all that? Oh, I'll show you. I'll fucking show you. You think you're better than me? In the mirror every day, he's like, looking like this. You think you're better than me? Like every fucking day.
And then at night, sometimes when he's just had a bad day, he's just like, I'll never live up. I'll never live up to the stash.
and his like 5 wives are like, no, it's okay, baby, you're doing your best. Your anxiety isn't your fault. Like they're trying to console him. That's how it is. Man, I feel like yeah, so it's interesting seeing the parallels. It's like anybody who does not agree with them is like either bad or should be killed. It's like there has to be punishment for disagreement. Like that it seems like a cornerstone of these dictators around the world, which is why it's so concerning. Because what a lot of Trump supporters that I know are like, oh, what's so bad about Trump acting the way he does? Like, oh, no one died because he was talking shit on Twitter. But it's like it's one thing for Dale 559 to call Sarah Silverman a cuck on Twitter. Like that's like one thing. But if the president is like wilding out like that, then that has greater implications, because it sets a bad precedent. It's like how much further is this going to go? Because it's like inching towards that attitude that these guys have of like, oh, you didn't agree with me. You know what I mean? Like, because the thing is, oftentimes people debate on a lot of stuff. Like, some, like, what, like, it's funny. I was about to say this, even though this actually did result in deaths. But because what I was about to say was, what if all the Biggie and Tupac fans just decided to kill each other over that debate of who's better? But then I realized, oh, that did happen. So, again, not a good idea.
Right. I think that it's like, because nobody wants to be known as having a janky business. So when you're the leader of any country, that's your business. So it's like I said before, we can't have the people who work at the company. Like if you work for Amazon, you can't be going around, man, fuck Amazon. You gotta, at least while you're at the job.
Right,
exactly.
like,
I like Amazon.
Yo, I fucking hate this shit, man. Fuck Jeff Bezos. And then like a robot comes around the corner like, criticism detected, get back to work. People need their sex robots.
Trump hurts us because people look at us and be like, well, if y'all leader don't fuck with y'all, why should we?
Like, y'all are on some bullshit, huh? They definitely. Joe
Biden's been relatively quiet in the news.
I
don't know. Do they wait for your first 100 days to then start ripping in on you?
Honestly, so what's going on with Biden is that he has been, and it's been really interesting because what I was thinking was that if Joe Biden won, there was going to be a time when like I think some people are just kind of like recovering from the last 4 years and how stressful it was. But what I think is a problem is that people are going to be like, oh, now that the leader is at least not, at least the leader isn't, those guys with like a Sailor Moon profile picture on Twitter that say that the Jews are the problem. Like, at least it's not that guy. But the thing is that, but then people are like, okay, well, it's just like an old man who forgets why he walked into the room. But the thing is that we still need to hold that guy accountable. So that is interesting, Sean. And it is true that a lot of there doesn't seem to be a lot of media attention over what Biden is and isn't doing. Because I want your opinion on this. Biden said that as soon as he got in, he was gonna try to make sure that stimulus happened, and it didn't. And also, because the other thing is that a bunch of people in Congress were saying, "Oh, it's gonna be 2000."
I thought it did.
Oh, it did. But the thing was that
I thought the vote was up to Georgia again, and I don't even know why. Georgia's always the deciding. It's just like, yeah, are we gonna do it? Let's ask Georgia.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. Like you should ask the state that has Waffle House, because they'll be just all the business is done in the morning. We finished the All-Star special. Like, you feel so good after that shit. You gotta, like, any you eat Waffle House. Like, if anybody asked me for $1,400, I'm like, yo, go ahead and have it, man. I feel so good. This shit was so good. Yo, buy yourself some Waffle House. I'll give you money to buy Waffle House. So I feel like so that happened, but then the kids in the cages, that issue on the border, Biden doesn't seem to be, he hasn't really addressed it, and that's kind of concerning. It just seems like it seems like he should be. Oh, also like forgiving student debt, which was a big issue on the table that Biden said he'd take a look at. Well, he doesn't seem to be taking a look at it. So I feel like it just kind of feels like, man, like,
what does that even mean? I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I'll think about it. Yeah, I personally I don't like Biden's stance on it. Biden was saying that all he wanted to do for students was make it so that if you were doing like a 2-year school, like a trade school, like that would be free, and like everything else is just regular price. And yeah, to be honest, I don't really like that. Yeah, I think he should just because I mean I'll be honest, like yeah, I'll be honest. It's like he needs to think about like the future, like what's gonna like if he like sets aside a bunch of government money to help out young people who are in a big who Sean said donate in the chat so I can get a bag. Yo, y'all hit the subscribe. Y'all donate in the chat. Yo, Sean post your cash app. Yo, we gonna get Sean a fucking sleep number for sure. But yeah, so the thing is that I lost my train of thought. But yeah, basically you're right, Unicornia. Waffle House is Waffle House is not everywhere. It's mainly in the South and a little bit up the. It's not like the South, but it's not out here in California. It's not up north. And yeah, but they're a bunch of commies. But yeah, like what I was saying was that I don't want it to be like, oh, we let Biden off the hook because he's not Trump.
They're a bunch of commies.
Yeah, I mean, like I'll be honest, it's a bunch of pinkos up there. Yeah, but that's okay. But the thing is that yeah, like I said. I love how this whole thing started as like, oh, why Putin hates gays, and now it's like, yeah, well, these motherfuckers that don't have Waffle House are bitches, first of all. But yeah, man. Let's see. I guess that was fucking wild. Yeah, Putin does not like gay people. I don't know. He takes a lot of he does a lot of shirtless photo ops. So maybe he's gay and he's just like trying to cover it up. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe he like puts restrictions on the internet so no one can hack him and find out that he's been watching Glee every night. Like, you never know. You never know. Let's see what else has been going on. We got Rodrigo. So Rodrigo Duterte, he is the anti-Oregon. Whatever the opposite of Oregon is, that is Rodrigo Duterte. He is the president of the Philippines, and the number one thing he hates is drugs. He hates drugs so much. So he basically, this is how Rodrigo Duterte does this. And I want to know, do you think this is fair? Basically, like if you are caught doing drugs, if you deal drugs or if you consume them, you are just gonna get put before a firing squad. Like they're just gonna kill you. They're just gonna kill you. It's just, we dead. Like that's it.
For trying to get high.
Yeah, like
get executed.
So this is what they said. And actually, check this out. Trump praised Duterte for his prosecution of the Philippines' drug war, which has involved these death squads and resulted in thousands of executions. Oh, and get a load of this. Similar to Bolsonaro, Duterte said that if he caught his son doing drugs, he'd have his son killed too. So, and again, it's like, okay, if your son's doing drugs, it's probably because his dad was an asshole. Like, and nobody does drugs. Like, it seems like
why do all these leaders just want to kill their sons? It's like,
they all have a fucking.
He's like, if my son doesn't make it to the NBA, he's dead to me.
Right, exactly. You better start running. I'll kill him with my gun. Like he's got like a sniper rifle out the window. Like, oh, if you don't make D1, I'm gonna be waiting for you at home. But the thing is that
who's this guy? Who's this guy the leader of?
So Rodrigo Duterte, he's the president of the Philippines. This guy, I'm just looking at these quotes. I mean, this shit is insane. Like let's see. Yeah, he said, so this is what he said about President Obama. He said, so Duterte made this comment about Obama. A reporter asked him how he would explain the policy of killing people who do drugs. And so Obama and and a lot of people in America criticized him for his anti-drug policy. And so he said Obama was a son of a whore, and he said he can go to hell. And it's like, bro, what the fuck are you like? Are you not the president?
Why did he come at Obama's mama like that?
Bro, it's like, what? Like, are you fucking? His mom had like 2 husbands. Like, what are you fucking? It's not even accurate. But it's like, yeah. But that's. I feel like it's like these guys are like. Again, it's like they are the person on Twitter who has like an Among Us profile picture and whose name is like Sniper X69, and he DMs fucking like he DMs fucking Jamal Murray, and is like, oh, you fucking suck, your performance sucks, just like that video you posted. And I feel like he goes online and he harasses LeBron James. He tells Obama he's gonna kill him. Just all this bullshit, you know what I mean? But it's like that guy is now the leader of this country. Yeah,
goddamn, the Philippines is fucked up too, man.
Right, exactly.
All of these places are the places Americans go when they want to do some illegal shit.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Russia, the Philippines.
Exactly. Bro, it's like Philippines, yeah, Russia. Yeah, Snowden in Russia, yup. Brazil, if you want to like do any drug, you just go to fucking Brazil, and there's like, there's drugs all over there.
There's a whole hooker society.
Yeah, right, exactly, right. And it's so interesting juxtaposing like how bad these countries are run with these leaders who are like, yo, I am the only person who can make it work. Like it's not working, and simultaneously they're like, hey, it's either me or it's like they're claiming that the country will look the way it currently looks if they're not in power. You know what I mean?
Right. They're like, hey, as long as it's good for me, let's keep this shit running.
They'll be like, thousands of people are starving to death. Shit, they ain't in here. Yo, let me get some wine real quick. Like, yo, let me get some bitches in here. Like, they're just in the palace. Like, yo, I mean, hey, if there's a bunch of like injustice and death and murder and
shit.
crazy.
Moni G71 followed us. Thank you for following Moni G71.
Moni G71. That ain't Moni G70. That's Mooney G71. Hey, that's a homie right there. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for following. Do you think they meant to type in moon egg and they misspelled it and then it was too late? Like, what do you think? What do you think the username means?
I'm thinking that they money was, people type that in as a name every day. I think he tried to spell money. Moon. Okay. Maybe it's Moni. I don't know.
It could be money, and he had $71, and he was so fixated on that he hit the G instead of the Y. They are next to each other on the keyboard. Understandable mistake. We'll forgive you this time, Mooney 71. Also, Unicornio corrected me. He said, I said Biden didn't have a plan. He recently created a task force to get the kids in the cages back. That's what's up. And he also says Rodrigo hates drugs so much he kills innocent people ratted on by their neighbors. Yeah, also, it's like Salem witch trial shit. Like if you,
I love how he was like, they did the get the kids out of the cages, and he was like, that's what's up.
Yeah, yo,
that's all you gave
shit
for that.
Yo, turn it up. Yo, and then like, yeah, but it's literally like it's like Salem witch trial. It's like your neighbor says, oh, I saw Jonathan. I saw Jonathan, doing LSD and listening to Dark Side of the Moon, and then now I'm fucking like I'm dead. Like I'm dead if that happens. It's so fucking wild. But that's how this country is run. Let's see. What else is going on? Yes, Robert.
Are you in the some of these protests right now?
Oh, what's going on with the protests? Oh, wow.
Do you see this guy right here in Portland, Oregon? I don't know if he's ready for a flash mob for war. He is giving a speech for your ass though. I love it.
Yo, okay, wait a minute.
I think he's about to sell me some Forex.
See, the guy in the bottom middle, if you're talking about him, I thought it was a mic. It's a bong. He has like a big ass bong and a fucking bulletproof vest. I think he's smoking a little bit of weed. He's smoking some indica to relax before he storms the building or whatever.
Is that what you're smoking before the race war? Oh no, yeah, Oregon. Right. That's where all the drugs are legal now, right?
Hey, well,
they're decriminalized.
So, and he's still doing weed. Like he should be like the Nazi soldiers that were like doing meth. Like do something that'll get you like going. Like don't smoke weed. Now you're just gonna sit at home and like order a pizza and watch Rick and Morty. Like you need a drug that's gonna make you do some shit. He's gonna that couch behind him. He's gonna fall asleep like right after this. I promise you. He's gonna fall the fuck to sleep. immediately after this fucking video ends. Because he was like, ah, shit, man. Like, this Playboy Cardi album goes crazy. I'll just listen to it a little bit. And the next thing you know, he's asleep and his like phone is like still in his hand. I've been there. I've been there. Okay. Like I know how it goes. He thinks he's gonna get shit done today. He smoked out of a big ass bong. Nothing's happening. I promise.
That bong looked like it could be a weapon.
Right? That's what I thought it was at first. I wonder what he is saying.
And then this lady above him, what is her? Cut the plastic.
Cut the plastic. Yeah, we're cutting the. It's in Denver, Colorado. So maybe they're talking about the plastic that came down from that plane.
I hope not. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna see what cut the plastic is all about.
Cut the plastic. Is it like quit credit cards? Like don't be using credit cards a whole bunch. Like manage your credit.
Right. She ran up all her money. Now she's out there. We all need to say goodbye to these credit card companies. They don't own us. They're like, lady, you did it.
Well, yeah, free yourself financially. Yeah, but yeah, John Chris said, what movie was that? Al Pacino. Oh, I don't know what John. What did I bring up a movie? I don't know if I brought up a movie. Al Pacino might have been in it, according to John Curtis. But yeah, man, this guy, like here he goes. Look, the guy in the bottom, the Portland guy, he's loading the bong up again. He's like, have you seen this, Sean? He's not going anywhere. He's gonna fall asleep right after this shit ends. He's got on the bulletproof vest. It's like if you smoke out of a bong more than once in a day, like you're not storming anything. Like you're gonna storm like 7-Eleven. Like that's what you're gonna lay siege to. Let's see. They got a.
You may storm a little Call of Duty. That's about it.
Right, exactly.
So cut the plastic. Cut the plastic is they're trying to end plastic, pollution pretty much. The straws, all the stuff that goes into the water. I didn't know that was a big deal in Denver, Colorado. I guess they're all about saving the environment. It don't really look like her speech, was too impactful though. The people just walked away after she was done.
Right. That's how you know.
One guy walked over, was like, "Yeah." One guy walked over, was like, "Yes, can I get your number?"
Like the only dude paying attention. He's just trying to get her number. Yeah, but that's I've been there.
And he doesn't even have on a regular COVID mask. He had on a full skull face mask. Yeah, can I get your number? Like, I
don't know what you look like. They got up at the top. They got the Common Sense Conservative, and they're doing looks like a. I was about to say, I think it's the Trump rally. I think I saw like a Trump sign or two over there. Honestly, I think it is a Trump because these people. Like patriotism is cool. Like I'll be honest, like I appreciate this country a lot, but there's so many. Like only one person needs to have an American flag. Like everyone knows which country this is, and also if like 50 people don't need their own flag, everyone wants to feel like George Washington at this fucking protest. And like you only need one flag person, and everyone else can hold a sign, but like it's like 30 flags. It's like, damn, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm out there and I see people with flags, I'm gonna want my flag too. I want to celebrate.
You don't want to be left out. It'd be awkward.
Exactly.
Like,
what if I need to use my flag as a weapon?
Like, yo, where your flag at? Shit, I forgot it at home, man. Shit, I was smoking weed with PDX Ninja in Portland. Oh man.
When they take the big flag picture, I can't be in it because I just
right
with my shirt.
They let you be in the back. You stand in the back and like pretend to hold it up. Yo, Dennis, speaking of holding shit up, what is going on in Salt Lake City, Utah on the bottom? I don't know if she's making a paper airplane. Like I don't know what this is, but you know what? I'll tell you what it is. Bottom right corner, that's 4X. That's the 4X one. She's like, you see this? You see this? You see this shit right here? You see this shit right here? These are your little check it. Yo, drop some twos in the chat if you want to succeed. So if you got $50 here and you put it on this Forex, if you put on this currency, and then let me tell you what happens. That's what happens. Now, if you want a Rolex, if you want to ball out, look, buy my course. It's $900 a month, and it has no good advice, but just trust me, I'm wearing a suit, and drop some twos in the chat if you want to succeed.
Like 6 months ago, I looked like that guy next to me smoking weed. Now I've got a double wide.
Bro, that's funny as fuck. Yo, he literally, he'll be like, I was wearing a bulletproof vest, talking shit, wasting time. I wasn't hustling. But then I discovered Forex and I grinded, and you can grind too. Using my 10 tips to make success happen. Tip number 1. Shit, I don't know, man. Like,
first thing you gotta do is get some wave grease. Then you get a do-rag.
And then you can afford AirPods. Are y'all hearing me? Think, brothers, think.
Exactly.
Look, here's how it works. And what I hate so much is that, because I think there's some legit like influencers out there who have good, decent info, but I feel like so often, one thing that I don't like is when it's like a bullshit ass influencer, and they throw in like black liberation language into it. And it's like, yo, you're not helping out the black community. Like, you're just trying to grift and like make money off of a useless ass chorus. Like, don't rope like Malcolm X into this shit. Okay, like leave him out of it. He has nothing to do with your scheme to make people pay $500 for worthless Shopify advice. Like, this is not, you're not advancing black people. But hey, I digress. Yeah, man. But yeah, this lady down here is definitely trying to like give like the 5 tips to have success on Shopify. No, she's doing drop shipping. She's giving drop shipping advice. Like, oh yeah, this is how these are the 10 products guaranteed to make you $1,000 a month in sales. All right, now let me show you this right here. Now let me show you this graph. Now this graph, that's my sales. Now my sales they went up like this, and yours can too. Oh, if you're wondering why I'm fucking doing this instead of just making a bunch of stores, since apparently I know how to succeed on there. Well, who knows? I'm just fucking, hey, this graph is made up. It's all those graphs are Photoshopped. They're all fake. Oh man.
Oh, now this guy, he put his logo on there just to let you know it's wartime.
Yeah. Keep it real. This is a PDX Ninja 55. Follow me on Xbox. Follow me on fucking Twitch. Yo, that is. What else is going on?
This cut the plastic campaign. This cut the plastic campaign looks a little like she looks so uninterested in this interview. She's like, yeah, so how you feel about plastic? I mean, it's cool, I guess. I use plastic sometimes. I got a plastic toothbrush.
Look, I really got to pick up my son. Well, hold on. What if your son was choking on plastic? How would you react if that was? So what if that sea turtle was your son? How would you? Like, she looks like she's trying to leave. Like, she's hungry right now. She sees the bathroom. She looked like she was trying to like
drugs.
Uh-oh. Damn, bro. Yo, what if PDX Ninja is strapped? What if he's going after Rodrigo Duterte? Like, what if he's like smoking weed? Like, yeah, you see this, bitch? Yeah, you see this? Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna smoke you next. Watch out. Watch your six. Sleep with one eye open, bitch. Like, he probably is like rubbing it in Rodrigo Duterte's face that he uses drugs freely without getting killed. And yeah, to be honest, like I support him. Yeah, I think the United States government, if he knows how to do it, I think they should just send him in and let him kill Rodrigo Duterte. Like, first of all, Rodrigo, he got like, that dude's got me fucked up. Like, he's an Asian dude with the Latino name. Like, what the fuck is that? Oh yeah, I know that the Philippines was colonized, but the disconnect is yeah, you can't be named Rodrigo and be anti-drug. There's no Rodrigos that are like, oh, like drugs are bad, okay? Like, no fucking, there's no Rodrigos who fucking are against smoking weed. Give me a fucking break. You can't do that. Oh, put your shit on unmute, son. You're muted.
John Curtis said that they only want to criminalize the harmless drugs, and
Ooh, shit.
they're killing people for doing stuff like weed and just stuff that's for fun, but they want you to buy the pills and all that kind of stuff that they market.
Damn. Oh shit, that's fucked up. Damn, that's some nefarious ass shit. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, it's again, it's so interesting how yeah, again, another thing about dictators, they're hypocrites. They're so hypocritical. It's like, Donald Trump was talking all about, and he wasn't a dictator, but he was someone that seemed to admire these guys. Like I said, Donald Trump had praised Duterte, he had praised Bolsonaro, he praised Putin. He said he's a fan of those guys, and it's like, all those guys, they're all hypocrites. Duterte, saying that no one's first of all, like, that guy definitely does drugs himself. Like, he does drugs and he lets himself do, like, no one else but him is allowed to do it. Like, that's definitely how they fucking do it. But yeah, to me this is wild that yes, like, all these guys are yeah, they just do all the shit they claim everyone else is doing. Yeah, Putin's claiming everybody else is weak, but he can't stand a little bit of criticism. So, okay, as you can see on the Cut the Plastic interview, this lady, she got fed up too. She's just like out. Now the interview got played off. Like,
She definitely just was like, yo, I was just waiting for a bus. Like, you walked up on me.
Waiting for the bus. Yeah, I'm looking
I
at
got my headphones in.
the interview. She the interview is trying to play it off for sure. Like, the interview is like, some people, they don't want to hear the truth, but let me tell y'all what's really going on.
I'm here live talking with the people. Like, lady, get away. My daughter's here.
Yes, I know there's plastic in the ocean. Mommy, I'm scared. What the fuck is in New York Times, New York Times Square, they seem to be, they're doing this protesting, and I can't see it, but earlier you could see that there are people laying on the ground. I don't know what that protest might have been about. Maybe they were sleepy. You never know, man. It could be a protest for in support of sleep. Like, damn, bro. This is the
homeless.
There you go. Fuck, man. That's the other thing too, man. It's like in a lot of these countries, they have such crippling issues that the leaders are so in denial of. Like, America's homelessness problem is only getting worse, especially in the pandemic. You had Russia's economy is still in the shitter. They have a bunch of homeless people. Brazil has a huge poverty problem that's only gotten worse since Bolsonaro took over. It just kind of seems like again, it's like, I feel like let me tell you this. I heard this quote. I don't know where it was from, but I feel like it applies to this so well. Because this is how I'm going to end out this dictator thing. I'm talking about these, like, corrupt world leaders. Also, yeah. So we concluded Duterte is a crackhead. Bolsonaro is probably a crackhead. Putin might be I think Putin's just weird. I think Putin was the kid in elementary school who thought he was literally Naruto. Like, that's who Vladimir Putin was. Like, he thought he was a ninja master, like, killer. That's what the fuck he thinks he is. Let's see. And yeah. So he maybe he's a crackhead, but he's probably just a weirdo. But yeah, looking at these protests, it's like they're protesting for a reason. It just kind of seems like, yeah, like, everybody seems to get mad at their country a lot. But I feel like when the leader is in denial of the truth, because the thing, like, Obama, he had his flaws, but he wasn't the type to pretend that something was, he wasn't really into lying. He might, say something nicely, or, like, try to, like, phrase it in a way where it would be like, he might soften the blow, but he would never just be like, oh, Operation Fast and Furious didn't happen. Obama would never be like, oh, I never smoked weed. We knew he fucking smoked weed. He admitted to it. A bunch of the guys in his who hung out with him and probably played hacky sack with him, they admitted to it. He smoked weed. He didn't deny it. He was like, damn, I did. He should have legalized it, but that's another thing. Yeah, so what we're gonna do right now that it's 8:40, we appreciate all of y'all showing up. What we're gonna do now is our lightning round. All of y'all in the chat, just say whatever you want. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, If you want us to talk about the movie Bambi and how the mom sucked and didn't save Bambi from, or the mom sucked and died and Bambi didn't make. I don't remember the plot of the movie Bambi. If you want us to talk shit about Bambi's mom, we'll fucking do it. If you want us to talk shit about who knows? I mean, like the common sense conservative and how many flags they have, and how honestly you just need one flag. Like one flag gets the point across. You don't need 50 flags. If you want us to talk shit about PDX Ninja down at the bottom, who needs to try to figure out how to set up his live streaming platform so his logo is not like right over his face. Like whatever he's saying, I don't know what he's getting at. I don't know what point he's making. It's just this like Call of Duty profile picture over his face. Cut the plastic. Like, it's a worthy cause to cut the plastic, but maybe they should work on their outreach so people to not just accosting people in the street. Sean, do you feel like do you out of all these protests on here, which one do you think you would most likely be involved in? Because for me personally, I think honestly,
I honestly would just want to hang out. I don't know if my audio is coming through, but I would just want to hang out with the ninja guy.
Me too.
I feel like he's got some good high stories. He's probably got some pretty good weed.
Yo, he definitely does, bro. He definitely does. He's definitely the type to he's definitely the type to he because the thing is, it's not just that
to everyone in the chat. I do apologize. My camera has cut out. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm gonna have to cut out of this episode a little early.
Hey, it's no problem, Sean. We appreciate you, man.
All right.
There we go, baby. That's Sean Connor. That's my co-host. He's signing off. I'll be on for another 10 minutes or so. But yeah, like I said, I'll just be in here riffing and shit. But that's the fucking thing. It's like I can't help but agree with Sean. I definitely would. That's the one person on here. Because the other people, it's like, you gotta show up to this event. If I go hang out with the common sense conservative, I don't have anything against conservatives. I don't think they are invalid. But the thing is, none of them are wearing masks, and I'm not trying to catch anything. And PDX Ninja, he's not wearing a mask, but he's just one guy. So if he shows me he got tested and he's good, then we'll go hang out. And because I tested negative for coronavirus recently, so that was just a cold. So we would hang out, and he would be smoking his weed, and he'd be telling me all about hacky sack, or he'd be talking about the banned fish. Whatever. I don't know what kind of weed smoker he is. Maybe he's the kind of weed smoker that just gets like really weird. Like the kind of like anyone ever smoked weed where the you're hanging out with this dude and he just starts like dumping all this shit on you. Like he just starts like saying all this like off the wall stuff. Like, yeah, man, it always bothered me how Jimi Hendrix died. Like, I always felt like, am I Jimmy or am I the two girls that were suffocating him as he died choking on his own vomit? Or was I the vomit? And is that why I felt like no one heard me my whole life? It's like you're just sitting there like, oh my God, like I just came over here to listen to Playboy Cardi, and now I have to like try to like help this dude unpack his like weird vomit trauma. And I feel like I don't know what kind of person PDX Ninja is, but hey, shout out PDX Ninja. Shout out everybody who was watching our show today. We appreciate y'all so much. I'll be on for a few more minutes in case anyone else wants to say anything for the lightning round. To be honest, I would support Cut the Plastic. I would give her tips on just how to interview and stuff. We've done a bunch of interviews with people on this show, so I let her know. You don't want to just deal with a random person. Honestly, just stage it. I think they should just fake it. I think we're having to fight so much injustice, and so many of the people promoting injustice are being unfair. Let's just be unfair right back at them. So I say she'll just like walk up to a random person, and then she'll be like, oh hey, do you think we should cut the plastic? And that person will just go through an insanely detailed like list of reasons why like that we need to focus on cleaning the ocean. And they'll be like, oh, hey, I'm Mike Johnson, and I was just walking here. And did you know that a garbage patch the size of the state of Texas is currently in the Pacific Ocean, and we need to do something about it now before it becomes a serious crisis? He just like goes down this very, very detailed like list. And yeah, like I said, we need to fight fire with fire. Like all these people, I mean, because think about it, like the people who are like anti-environmentalists, these are people who are willing to twist the truth and say whatever they want to say. I say we do it right back at them. I say, they want to be like, oh, clean coal, like clean coal, it's coal, clean coal, oh, it's clean. Oh, you're gonna use it to like scrub your bathroom tiles, like clean. What is clean? Clean coal is coal. It's coal. Come on, man. Breathe in the smoke. Uh, you said it was clean. You said it was clean. I mean, those are your words, not mine. Like you said it was clean, so put some of it in a bong and smoke out of it. And if you don't die, then I'll eat my hat. I'll eat my words. I'll be like, shit. All right, damn, you were right. That shit is clean. But last I checked, it still puts out CO2 when you burn it. Yeah. So I feel like we should just throw that shit right back at them. We should be like when we're trying to do like, oh, save the Arctic. And then they're like, oh, climate change, it's just a hoax, blah, blah, blah. Like all these climate change deniers, they always have like a reason for why they think the climate isn't actually changing, or why they think it's a ploy for Bill Gates to make money. Like, oh, if we save the earth, then Bill Gates is gonna put a, I don't know, who knows what. I mean, there's always a reason why they don't support trying to address this issue. But I feel like yeah, we should just be like, oh yeah, well, guess what? A polar bear. Actually, there's a polar bear out there, and he's on a glacier, and the glacier's melting. And if we lose that polar bear, he's the only one who knows who actually killed Biggie. And if we don't save that polar bear, it's over. What if that happens? What if the polar bear actually can come out with a? That's right, Dice Tube. That's right. What's up, Dice Tube? We out here in this bitch. We're doing lightning round, or I'm doing lightning round. There's no we. Sean had to drop out for technical issues, but whatever the fuck you want me to talk about, I'll talk about. But yeah, like I was saying, like, fight fire with fire, and just be like, yeah, like that polar bear was going to come out with a better first set of rock albums than the Beatles, and was going to captivate the world on a level that no one had ever seen before, even surpassing their success. Then it's like, oh shit, like this guy was a better songwriter than Paul McCartney. We have to save him. And it's not true, but these guys are willing to be like Donald Trump. Like these guys are trying to make up shit, and we just make up shit right back at them. Donald Trump claimed that the climate change was a scheme from China to like hamper American business. Which first of all, that was obviously that was a joke that went over his head 100%. Like what happened? Like Trump was in a meeting with a bunch of Chinese business guys, and then he was like, oh, like the meeting had been adjourned, and then they were like, okay, let's play a prank on Donald. And they're like, hey guys, I mean, how's it going with that climate change thing? And they all start laughing. They're like, yeah, those Americans really bought it, huh? Yeah, well, remember the plan, the last part of the plan? Yeah. It was gonna be what was it? And the other guy's like, yeah. So the part of the plan that we're gonna do that no American can know about. We got to make sure no Americans are here. And then, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna like put like corks in like all the smokestacks, and like we're gonna stop all the mines from working, and all the coal miners get fired. And we're gonna make sure we're gonna like destroy American business by telling them climate change is real, so all the jobs come over here, and then we can beat them at business. And then they're like, that's right, this is totally serious. And then Donald Trump just bought it. I think he literally, I think it was just a prank. They just said it like, yeah, climate change is that thing we're doing. We made it. And then he just was like, holy shit. Oh my God. What the fuck? Like Donald Trump was like, his mind was racing that night. He was like, I've got to fucking tell somebody. I have got to, like, this, I don't know what to do. Like, I have to tell somebody. And then Donald Trump, he like goes on Twitter the next day. He's like, I'm going to be the whistleblower. I'm going to be the one to tell the world the truth. The world must know that these Chinese guys are trying to launch they're trying to instigate this conflict. They're trying to stop us from succeeding by hampering American manufacturing, by going in and making it so that you cannot succeed, making it so that no one can succeed, only they can succeed, and they'll get all our jobs. And it turned out to be whether it's something Donald Trump made up independently or whether it's actually the truth. I think that either way, he just looked stupid. He had egg on his face, and I would honestly say that for all these dictators that feel the need to go out and lie and distort the truth and cheat and steal, just act fair. Like how is being a dictator easier than being a democratically elected leader? Because yeah, democracy is hard. It's hard to win people over, but it's also hard. Like you wake up every day, you have to wonder like if someone's gonna assassinate you. Like people get fed up with dictators. Like how do these people? I honestly think these dictators, I don't think they've ever read a history book. I don't think they know anything about history. If you know anything, like the way history always goes is that it never ends well for the dictator. Like maybe like 5% of the time the dictator like makes it out okay. Like 5% of the time the dictator is just like hanging out and like executing the people that beat him at handball and just it's like having sex with their like 20 wives and never looking after the kids and blah blah blah. Like they do that for so long, and it's like eventually like they get what's coming to them. Like what happened to the Russian Tsar? Like what happened to Marie Antoinette? Like what happened to King George? He didn't die, but he got fucking embarrassed by a bunch of crazies over in America. And you just go down the list. I mean, the number of dictators that have been like killed and like were almost killed, who have been forced out. I mean, look at what happened to Hosni Mubarak in Egypt, and that feels like forever ago. That was like 2014 or something. And then Muammar Gaddafi, like all these things feel like they were so long ago. But Gaddafi getting killed, that was like what was that, like 2016? No, that was that was like 2014 or 2012 or something. But yeah, like Gaddafi, he a bunch of rebels found. I think he was trying to like escape or something because there was like a building turmoil going on in Libya, and then Gaddafi, who is the dictator of that country, I believe, he had I think it was Libya, yeah. And so Muammar Gaddafi, they shot him a bunch of times, and then they had actually sodomized him with a rod. And you know what wouldn't have happened if he would have just been cool to everybody and would have just been a democratically elected leader? Not that, because guess what? A lot of people say that Donald Trump's our worst president ever. Some people say Jimmy Carter's our worst president ever. Some people say maybe like going back maybe Franklin Pierce, Andrew Jackson, whatever. But it's like not a single one of those guys had to get like nobody from there wound up being a fucking world star video. Like no one wound up being a live leak video. Like there was no like Jimmy Carter. All he does nowadays is just like volunteer and like farm peanuts and hang out with his like wife and his grandkids. Probably like this guy fucking he just hangs out. He just hangs out. He doesn't have anything. It's like it's the most ideal life ever. Most ideal life ever. You get bodyguards everywhere you go. You can do whatever you want. No one is not gonna want to hang out with you. No one is not gonna want to be your friend. No one is not gonna no one's not gonna fuck with you. You are always gonna have homies. Like you were a celebrity. Everyone respects you, even if you weren't the best president ever. I love Jimmy Carter. He's the only president from my state. I'll be the second if America is interested in somebody who should not be president being president. But yeah, it's like why would you not want that life? But if you're a dictator, you have to, because the thing is you have to be president forever. That's a forever contract. You can't let go of that. There's no letting go of that. You can't be like, oh, okay, let me be like let me act like I'm a god, but only do it for like 5 years. No, they do it for a lifetime. You have to commit to the bit, and then but that means forever. Your life is at risk. A bunch of people hate you. Oh, and you're paranoid all the time. Because guess what? What if your friends are the people that hate you? What if your friends are gonna kill you? How many? Like, I gotta look that number up again. Like, how many assassination attempts the U.S. tried on Fidel? I'm actually gonna look this up right now. Yeah, because the thing is that it's like the third. All I typed in was number of, and it was like number of assassination attempts on Fidel Castro. 638. Over 600 times someone has tried to kill you. This is like not even disagreeing with Suge Knight is this much of a threat to your life. You really want this life? Is this what you want? Because with U.S. presidents, oh yeah, like a bunch of people on Twitter are like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill him, and like, oh, you know, if you're like the worst thing that happened to Donald Trump with his life is like Kathy Griffin holding up the severed Trump head. Like that was as bad as it got for Donald Trump. There was no like 600 plus times when a world superpower tried to send somebody to murder you. And they tried everything with Fidel Castro. I mean, they tried everything. And, you know, Fidel, he was a complicated guy. He had improved the literacy rate and healthcare and whatnot, but he also did a lot of bad shit too. But my issue with him is that he was a dictator. Just do 2 terms, because it's like 2 terms, like that should be it. Look at Obama. When Obama first came into office, when Obama first came into office, he had better skin than me. When he got out of there, he looked like he looked like Bill Russell. Like when he got out of there, he looked old. He looked worn down. You want to do that forever? You want your life to be under threat forever? You want to have like dealing with one woman is difficult. You want to deal with like 50? You don't want that. Hollywood Fish say he murdered a bunch of people, namely his opposition. Exactly. It's like because if you do that, then now their friends and family want to murder you. Hence the 638 assassination attempts on Fidel Castro. Or if Fidel Castro would just be fucking cool, then what would happen? Oh, you can just hang out with your wife and volunteer with Habitat for Humanity and tend to your peanut farm. He could be Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's still alive. Castro, probably not. So that's my final message to you guys. Don't be a dictator. Be Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter gets to chill. Honestly, Jimmy Carter might be smoking weed right now. He can do whatever he wants. But now Rodrigo Duterte has to have like military detail with him everywhere he goes, because now the U.S. government sees him as an issue. Shout out to Hollywood Fish. Thank you for being a subscriber. We fuck with you and we will fuck with all of y'all. This is our show. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jonathan Hollis. Sean Connor was with me, but he had technical issues. And this is our show, Politics as Usual. We are going on break next week, but in 2 weeks, we'll be back and we will have a special guest for you, and you won't want to fucking miss it. But until then, keep it sleazy. See y'all.
I say black people, they need money in their community. Yes. You call me a capitalist, and that's wrong. I'm going to tell you what. If somebody says that the only way to get your mother from point A to point B is to be a motherfucking car, then I'm a goddamn car. If they say that you got to be a capitalist to save your people, then I'm going to do whatever the fuck it takes. I ain't going to adopt your white system so that I can watch my niggas fail. Come on. That's not about to happen. So whatever I have to be, I will be that man, as long as it means getting something for my people. Call it what you want. You're white. I don't care. Period. Period. It's been a while since I've yelled. You know what I mean? But I don't feel the energy that I saw in the beginning. I don't feel that now for us. I only feel it within myself. I wake up in the morning and I look on the news and I'm just ignited all over again. I get online, I'm ignited all over again. I talk to my girl and I'm ignited all over again. Every time I have a conversation with a black person, I'm ignited all over again. Why should I stop being like this?
You're not supposed to.
I'm not supposed to.
Right, and it says, you said, do not conform to the world, but transform thyself by the renewing of your mind. So then that's nothing but in the book of Romans. We are not going to conform to nothing here. We renew our minds every morning like the manna that dropped down from heaven, because that is exactly where we come from.
That's what I'm talking about. When this began, I witnessed people come hard on black people who spoke like that. If you spoke ultra-religious, if you spoke like a nationalist, if you spoke like an A, B, C, or D, you were wrong. If you were speaking black, you were wrong.
Right.
Still wrong.
They were still wrong. They went out of their way to take our language out of our mouth because they knew in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That's John 1:1.
That's right.
And in the beginning was the Word. That's us.
That's us.
Our word, our
That's
language,
us. She wasn't lying.
It was always with us.
That's
and you
us.
knew it because you read it in that same holy book that you believe in right now.
That's right.
Black Jew,
That was us.
Egyptian baby called out of Egypt. Our Lord and Savior, that's Jesus, Yeshua Hashem, on this Sabbath, get their Holy Ghost. That 400 years of slavery in Egypt, and from 1619 to 2019, 2020 global pandemic, your time is up.
That's right, Dick.
That's all it
We are the original people. We are the original people. Do you get that? Do you get that? Do you want to know why they silenced black
you
people?
swear on and you believe it. And
They
you
silenced us.
pledge your allegiance to.
You want to know why they silence us? They silence us because we're the originals.
What a shit.
Every time a black person, when fucking Nick Cannon came out and said black people are Hebrews, they made him apologize.
Whoa, God.
They made him apologize. When Khalid Muhammad said that the black man and woman experienced the worst Holocaust in this earth, they made him apologize.
Yeah.
They tried.
You'll never look like this at 40.
I will not
You'll never
crack
look like
this
this at 40.
integration.
You'll never look this good. Black don't crack, diamonds don't scratch, and this is what oppression looks like. Blame your daddy for how beautiful I look right now for your pleasure.
That's right.
Glory to God. I will outlive you.
I want this young woman to say something.
I will outpray you because God created us to be here.
I want this young woman to say something. This young woman right here.
Get it, sister.
Let me do your damn website, okay?
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Even the people recording. I want to talk about white privilege and white supremacy.
Get that sister. Come on.
One of my favorite things to talk about.